And then also you're one of the top free agents in this year. So I mean, do you have any ideas of what you might prioritize, or do you plan to stay in Dallas next season?
Yeah, I mean, I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years, and I'm working with them together and finding a next home for me because I've already played my last game in Dallas.
Breaking news with Satou Sabally finally speaking out and confirming that this was her last game for Dallas. WNBA free agency is beginning to heat up. The WNBA star is currently considering her next move, which will undoubtedly alter the women's basketball scene. Two teams are vying for the championship, but one has a secret weapon that could make all the difference.
And I'm just excited. I'm excited for free agency. I'm able to talk to a lot of players outside the league because I have not played on a different team yet. And I'm excited to get to know them more on a personable level, but also knowing how they approach the game. And I just love having basketball conversations and high-level IQ conversations about the game to know where I will fit best in the future.
We have unique information on how the Indiana Fever could acquire Sabally and why it makes more sense than you might think. Will Caitlin Clark and the team make the largest off-season acquisition? Or will it be the reigning champion New York Liberty? Are you prepared to go deeply into the move that might usher in the next dynasty in the WNBA?
Yeah, to just following up there, I guess, because you said it, Satou, what was Dallas's reaction when you communicated that to them?
Obviously, at first they were still trying, but I think what is most effective is working with the player and listening to their wishes and hearing out how we can find the best solution for each other.
The entire WNBA is in shock after Dallas Wings standout forward Satou Sabally dropped the bombshell. Are you prepared for this? Sabally said she had played her final game for Dallas, but why is she doing this now?
So there was always great communication, more so on the agent front now because I need to focus on Unrivaled, and I will. So I'm trusting the people that I have on my staff and the front office with office to solve that further. So I have good communication with that.
The Wings were building something special. They had Sally Kay and the first overall pick of the 2025 WNBA draft, presumably Paige Bueckers, or possibly Olivia Miles. Now it's all falling apart. Let's break down Sa's time in Dallas. For 5 seasons, she's been a force to be reckoned with, averaging an impressive 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, but injuries have been a thorn in her side, with only one season where she played more than 20 games. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Despite missing the first half of the 2024 season with a shoulder injury, Sabally came back with a vengeance. She put up career-high numbers, averaging 17, 9 points, and shooting a blistering 2% from beyond the arc. Talk about making a statement. The year she is having, one of the most versatile players in the league. She has such soft touch on her jump shot. But Sa didn't just say she's leaving, she said she's working with Dallas to find her next home with Dallas likely to core her. The Wings will make sure they get something in return. Let's dig deeper. There have been rumors of conflict between Sabally and the Wings organization, with whom she has been playing on one-year contracts, never committing to a long-term deal. Sab's previous contract was a cool $195,000 for one season, which is a lot of money, but it might not be enough for a player of her caliber. As a result, Sab has officially announced that she is leaving the Dallas Wings and won't be returning, which I found intriguing. As the story progresses, I did believe that Paige Bueckers would probably join the Wings with Satou and Arc Gumbo. They could have been a very strong team, and the Wings are going through a significant transition with a new general manager and coach, as well as the possible loss of other important players to free agency. Dallas is experiencing a perfect storm of transformation. Let's start by discussing the team with which Satou has many personal connections before discussing the team that is most likely to acquire her. There must be something going on with the Dallas Wings, so it goes without saying that Satou stated that this would be unmatched, as you can see here. Sable's departure is not just about her. It's a game changer for the entire league, and teams are frantically trying to figure out how to land this star player. Free agent in the WNBA, Satou Sabally, announces that her time with the Wings is over, but they won't give her up for nothing. Corden should be traded, same as what happened to Skylar Diggins when she played for the Wings. According to Annie Consworth's story from January 7, the league is aware that Satou will be on the move. This weekend, when GMS can be in standing and qualification offers in courtages, after the Wings make for a core player-family relationships, a title and college links ancestry, the New York Liberty and Satou Sabally appear to be a match made in heaven. But sometimes dreams come with a high cost. The Liberty are set to take on their most formidable opponent to date, the salary cap. Imagine taking the field with Jonquil Jones to illustrate what the Liberty offer to the table. They are not only talented, but they are the current WNBA champions. The combination of Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart keeps opponents up at night. And for Sabally, it goes beyond star power. The best trade package is the Liberty. It's personal. Would you want to play with your sister? Of course, I would love that picture of Satou suiting up next to her sister Nara Sabally, who is already wearing Liberty colors. It's a family reunion on the hardwood, and let's not forget about Sabrina Ionescu, Sat's college teammate from their Oregon days. The chemistry is already there, just waiting to be rekindled. Since New York is still New York, I continue to believe it would be our preference. Yes, it's not the Indiana Fever, but it's still New York, and she's playing with Sabrina, her sister, and Fitch, who plays for the German national team. To be honest, it's almost a given that they'll win a championship, but that's where things get complicated. The Liberty's lineup is comparable to an expensive sports vehicle. Sleek, strong, and incredibly costly. 3 max players are consuming a significant portion of their pay pool. Given that Jones, Ionescu, and Stewart are all max contract players, and that SA is added to the mix, it is quite unlikely that the New York scenario would materialize due to the pay cap, even though they have the funds to acquire her. What is the strategy? And is there any chance of some inventive contract magic? Perhaps SA accepts a lower salary in exchange for a chance at a ring, or Stewart, a free agent who has stated she is returning, takes a pay drop. If they figure out the money, there's still another catch. Here's the hard truth. As much as the Liberty and she may want Sabi, sometimes the numbers just don't add up. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. You can try, but something has to give. I see a lot of players wanting to go in this off-season. Many players are going to want to go to the Fever. Forget about New York for a moment. The Liberty's forward rotation is already stacked, so if Sally joins, she may have to compete for minutes and opportunities to touch the ball. The entire WNBA is about to be rocked by a storm that is brewing in Indiana. The Fever have a little over $650,000 in cap space to spend this offseason. But what is their master plan, and who is on their shopping list this time? It's clear that they need defense and depth, and since they are currently trying to win, they are unable to bridge things. Let's also talk about the Fever's front office shakeup, as they have brought in some serious firepower. Former Fever player coach and WNBA Coach of the Year Stephanie White, an Indiana legend, is now in charge. We're talking about a championship-caliber coach who understands how to assemble a successful club. But that's not all. Amber Cox has been hired as general manager, and Kelly Krakoff has returned as team president. This tree is here to win championships, not to play games. We have a bright future ahead of us, and our ultimate objective is to hang another banner in the fieldhouse. We also hope to return here after we win the title and celebrate as we did in 2012. In addition to Kelsey Mitchell's scoring and veteran Savvy and Lexi Hull's shooting, Caitlin Clark, the scoring and passing machine, and Thea of Boston, the inside powerhouse, that core has the potential to create some really loud noises, but the Fever isn't content and is eager for more. This is where things get fascinating since the Fever has 4 main priorities. Are you prepared for this first up? They're putting their all into resigning. It should come as no surprise that Kelsey Mitchell is a cornerstone of this team. But the next 3 priorities have everyone talking. Priority number 2 is strengthening the forward position. They're not just looking for any forward. They want length, defense, and someone who can score when needed. Building quality depth will be crucial when you have a core 3 like we do, with players who will, first and foremost, embrace the roles, and second, give us the best chances for success by enhancing what they do really well. Finally, they are looking for a backup guard who can keep the offense going when Clark or Mitchell need a break. Third on the list are versatile wings who can score and defend the Fever. They want to surround Clark and Mitchell with firepower because they are creating an offensive juggernaut that can also lock down on defense. Folks, this is about depth. Tonight, Williams slips the oops, grab that egg out of my basket moment at championship level depth. Thank you for providing that statistic. Now let's connect the dots. A versatile forward who can score, defend, and provide length, as well as a player who could perfectly complement their Fab Four. Are you thinking what I am? Yes, that's right. The Fever's off-season priorities are Satou Sabally. Reads like a SAU job description. And they have the funds to make it happen with that cap space. The Fever is creating something unique and unimaginable, not merely splurging money elsewhere. SAD collaborating with Clark Hull and Boston Mitchell are more than just a team. They have promise. The Fever's management isn't hiding their intentions. They've made it clear that they're taking an aggressive approach to free agency. They're not just looking to make the playoffs. They're aiming for the championship, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. With that said, we've reached a point where we have an attractive group and a great organization that will allow us to draw in a few free agents to help us along the way. Some years back, when you think of the WNBA free agent destinations, Indiana wasn't exactly the first place that comes to mind. However, now that the Fever have everything that Satou Sabally could possibly want, they have the funds to offer both Sally and Kelsey Mitchell a max contract that is more than what New York can offer, and still have money left over to sign important veterans. A player with versatility who can defend several positions and score from wherever on the court. They have something that no other team in the league has. And that's Sabally to a T, giving her a significant enough part in the team. Caitlin Clark, are you in a position where you can add some pieces? Yes, we are. And I believe that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch her play, you would want to play with her. Indiana isn't just giving Sally a paycheck. They're giving her the opportunity to be a part of something special, a starting role on a team that's on the rise, the opportunity to be the missing piece that makes a good team into a great one, and most importantly, the opportunity to play with a once-in-a-generation talent. You get the 8th pick for Satou, and you probably get the 8th pick. Not only is it a good fit, but Nalissa Smith and either a 2026 first or Grace Berger picture are a match made in basketball heaven. Sa has been shooting lights out from beyond the arc 46% from three-point range over the last 2 seasons. Imagine those shots coming off of flawless passes from Clark. That's not just an offense, that's a nightmare for opposing defenses. Don't take my word for it though. Sabally has been giving fans hints by liking posts about joining the craze. Caitlin is going to accomplish incredible things because she is a fantastic generational talent. She has praised Caitlin Clark and the Indiana organization, saying that for SA, finding a place where she fits both on and off the court is more important than basketball. Caitlin is currently the face, which is also positive. We had a sold-out home opener, so why would you be against her selling out gyms? I believe it was a practice game, and we benefited from it because now that all of our fans are there and excited, and you have new people entering a market, she is her own economy, which is incredible. Let's also take a moment to discuss that the Fever aren't just giving Sally a team. They're giving her a role in a potentially historic lineup because of her scoring and versatility. The playmaking of Clark Aaliyah Boston is in control of the paint. Kelsey Mitchell's accurate criteria, the hustle of Lexi Hull, that group has the potential to rule the league for many years to come. They are more than just a starting 5. Players can come here to improve and, well, be surrounded by a supportive group. They will have all they need to succeed, but this is where things start to get really interesting. Not only does adding Sally to this mix help them deal with their fever, but it also changes them from a playoff hopeful to a viable contender for the championship. Experts agree, and the statistics support this claim. The bottom fact is that this hot squad needs SA's ability to score, defend, and stretch the floor in order to advance. The Indiana not only are Fevers a fantastic option for Satou Sabally, but they may also be the best choice for her career, game, and legacy. It's an opportunity to become the last component that might change the WNBA's landscape and make Indiana the immediate champions. An opportunity to make something genuinely unique, which is what I enjoy doing and what I did for all those years. Imagine this Sally in Indiana as we look for ways to bolster our squad with another player who will have an effect and help us improve. This is where things get really intriguing because it's not just a roster change. It's a seismic shift that might lead to the next great dynasty in women's basketball. Now that the ball is in Sable's court, the entire basketball world is holding its breath because this isn't just about one player's future. It's about the future of the WNBA itself. Let us know in the comments, like and subscribe so you never miss it. Sable's decision could be the catalyst that starts a chain reaction throughout the league. Are you ready for this? Her signing with the Fever would not only make them contenders, but it could alter how teams approach free agency and roster building for years to come. We'll see you in the next one. Click the video on the screen.